Good morning. Today we are talking about Incoterms 2020. You all know my name is Humaira. I retired as a faculty from State Bank and I regularly take sessions for CDCS, Certified Documentary Credit Specialist. This examination conducted by LIBF. I thought of sharing this Incoterms with you all in YouTube. Later, for other slides, other study material, you can visit my website, which is to be launched very shortly. Let us start. So, we will be looking at the contents. What is the overview? What are Incoterms? What these Incoterms rules tell us? And all the 11 Incoterms we will be discussing, and each Incoterm in one slide. You all know that there is an exporting country, there is an importing country. Let us say the seller, that is the exporter, is in Beijing, China. He has to export some inverters to a buyer in Pune. So how does he do this? There are various steps involved. The exporter in Beijing, China will take the goods from his warehouse into the local transportation, either come to the airport or seaport or by road. It will be transported. Then it arrives in Mumbai, India. Again, you have all the formalities, the custom formalities, the import taxes, then the transportation to the destination place of the buyer. So here in Incoterms, what is that we are referring to? We will be talking about the delivery point where the responsibility, the risk, and the cost are transferred from the seller to the buyer. Who is to bear the cost and what is the delivery point? Start with simple Incoterm, that is X work. As we all know, there are 11 which we will be talking about. On the letter E you have only one, that is X works. On the letter F we have 3. Free carrier, free alongside ship, free on board. On the letter C we have 4 Incoterms: cost and freight, cost, insurance and freight, carriage paid to, carriage and insurance paid to. Similarly, under D we have 3, that is delivered at place, delivered duty, delivered at place unloaded, and delivered duty paid. So these are the 11 Incoterms we will be talking about in this video session. But for today, we will be talking in this slide. X work refers to the place, that is the seller's premises, seller's warehouse. So the exporter is in Beijing, China. He has already manufactured the goods, packed the goods, kept it ready. Now, from his warehouse, all the responsibility shifted to the buyer. Even loading on the inland transport, the loading takes to the Shanghai port. From Shanghai port, it may be either airport or it may even go by truck. So all the customs charges, freight forwarder, the logistic handling charges, the terminal charges are all borne by the buyer. Then it lands in the Mumbai port. Then again there the customs, import duty, taxes, everything is borne by the buyer. From there, from the port, the transportation to the destination place at Pune importer, again borne by the buyer. So what is the seller is bearing here? Only is packing the goods, leaving at his warehouse. So you find that the least responsibility for the seller. He does not load the goods on the truck, does not worry about the freight. So this X work is specially useful when the buyer wants to cut short his expenses, handle himself. So how do we write this Incoterm in our MT 700? In description of goods 45A, we are importing inverters or printers. So we will write inverters, X work. Now the warehouse of the exporter, XYZ warehouse, which place? Beijing, China. Which Incoterm is the source? 2020. So the entire description of goods would be inverters, X work, XYZ warehouse, Beijing, China, Incoterms 2020. So X work can be used for any mode of transport. It can be by air, it can be by sea, it can be by land. So in short, I will summarize X work. It is the place. What is the place? The exporter's warehouse. And least responsibility is to the seller. Where is the risk transferred? At seller's warehouse. And all the rest, the ocean charges, the customs duty charges, the transportation charges, everything is borne by the buyer. So the seller has least responsibility in X work. Thank you.